Alright guys, it's Paul once again, so let's take a look at some more DVDs. Here I have the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Everybody has this. The time I bought it I think it was like $90, but now you can get it for like 40 or 50 bucks. The Nightmare Series disc, you go through different doors inside the Elm Street house, and it's kind of fun to navigate, and for the time it came out it was pretty innovative. The box set also comes with 3D glasses for the 3D sequence in Freddy's Dead, but you know, these red and blue glasses never really work on DVD. Yeah, some people say they do, but I just never get the 3D effect for it. Here's the Omen box set. I think one of them. Yeah, there is another Omen box set. This one I got from Walmart for only like $15 to $20. It was super cheap and I picked it up as the last one. Here we got a Matrix box set. I'm not a fan of the Matrix. I got this box set for free, so I just took it because it was free. Here I have the Sleepaway Camp box set, the first issue of the Sleepaway Camp box set. I had this pre-ordered about a month in advance. As you can see, it has the red cross on it, which was discontinued. And then as you could also see, it has the exclusive bonus 4th DVD with 30 minutes of raw footage from Sleepaway Camp 4, which was never completed, which is probably a blessing because it seems like from the footage that was coming out bad anyway. Here's volume 2 of the Mario Bava collection. This one has a Bay of Blood, or Touch of the Death Nerve, which I was talking about before. I've listened to the commentary track on that, but I haven't seen any of the other films from this box set yet. Strip Nude for Your Killer. Isn't that such an awesome title? Even the artwork's pretty cool. A guy in black and a motorcycle helmet with a bloody knife and a girl screaming, tied up. That's really cool. Movie isn't as cool as the title sounds, but it does have a lot of boobs in this movie. Here we have Maniac Cop, released by Synapse Films. I love Maniac, 1980 Maniac by William Lustig, and this is another one of his films. And I just was not crazy about this film when I finally got to see it. Torso. This movie, well, last time I checked this was out of print, but of course I haven't bought DVDs in a while, so I don't know if it's still out of print. As you can see, this is the Anchor Bay version, and I'd recommend you getting the imports, which includes more features and a opening sequence that is not included on this set. On this DVD. So here's Nail Gun Massacre, not the independent release, but it does have a little documentary and some outtakes if you want to check those out. But I'm surprised this movie did get a DVD release because it is pretty bad. Santa Claus. I had this thing when I was trying to track down all these Christmas themed horror movies, and this was on the list. This has been re-released. It has a different cover and everything, but this one, it's a double-sided disc, and on the other side of the disc it has like a featurette, Naked Christmas featurette, and it's just these gothy looking chicks dancing around naked, but the movie itself, Santa Claus, is not very good. John Waters' Pink Flamingos. Now this is a disturbing, sick flick. If you want to gross out your friends, this is the movie to rent or buy. You actually see Divine, that transvestite you see there, eat real dog crap. Short Night of the Glass Dolls. I have not seen this movie yet, so I can't really give too much insight about it. I bought this online for pretty cheap, for about $4 or $5 brand new. Demonia. I heard it's stupid. Haven't watched it yet. I unpackaged it, so maybe I'd watch the first few minutes of it. It doesn't look like it has too many features. Return of the Living Dead. I haven't even opened this. I've seen this movie a gazillion times on TV and on all the movie channels. It plays all the time. But they now have a new special edition, which you guys are aware of, I'm sure. Return of the Living Dead 2. I remember watching this a lot when I was younger. Return of the Living Dead 3. I don't think I've seen this movie. I haven't even opened it yet, and I've had it for years. First DVD release of Christmas Evil, released by Trauma DVD. Once again, Trauma gives us a horrible print of a classic movie. The movie might be slow, a little bit boring, but you know, this is something I definitely wanted to pick up. So the features are pretty interesting. It has interviews with the guy who played the Killer Santa. What was his name? Brandon Maggart, if I'm saying that right. I believe he's the father of Fiona Apple. I'm pretty sure he is. Since then, it was re-released on DVD, a much better transfer. Slime City. It's got some really cool effects in it. It has a lot of features in it. It has some shorts by the director and stuff. I'll show these two together. Cannibal Campout and Wood Chipper Massacre. Now, being a VHS collector, of course, these were really hard to find VHS gems before these DVDs came out. When I heard they were coming out on DVD, I was kind of happy because I would love to hear about how the movie was made and hear the commentary track by John McBride. And on the other hand, I was kind of sad that they were coming out on DVD because it kind of destroys the mythos of these movies. With a name like Cannibal Campout being so difficult to find on VHS, it kind of makes it a hidden gem. But now you can find this at a bunch of retail stores. Well, let's talk about this one for a second. The print of this movie is so horrendous. When I compare this print to my original Donna Michelle VHS print, This print is atrocious. It's a really worn VHS copy. Obviously Camp Motion Pictures, not to be confused with Camp Video, the VHS distributor. Camp Motion Pictures didn't do their homework. They didn't do their research. They just found the first print. If you want to see a good print of this movie, pick up a VHS. Don't rely on this DVD. Other than that, the features are really good. We get a lot of insight from the people who acted in it, and some interviews from John McBride, of course. Then, Wood Chipper Massacre. Why in the world would Camp Motion Picture release Wood Chipper Massacre on its own DVD? This movie is so boring. If anything, they should have made a 2-disc set with both of these movies and called them the John McBride Collection or something. I just don't understand why they would release Wood Chipper Massacre on its own. Another Freak Show box set. Here we have Zombie 3, Zombie 4, Zombie 5. Now, Zombie 4 and Zombie 5, they're not actually part of the Zombie series. I think that Freak Show just kind of added zombie onto them just to make you think it's like a sequel. You know, distributors do this stuff all the time. But Zombie 3 is, in fact, Zombie 3. Interesting thing about this DVD, when it was first released, it was released without the commentary track. Then they reissued the DVD with the commentary track with one of the actors in the movie. So when I got the box set, I was assuming that because the box set came out much after the initial release of Zombie 3 on DVD, that it would be the updated version with the commentary track. Well, I was wrong. It wasn't. There's no commentary track on this, and I'm upset about that because now I have to go fish for one that does have a commentary track. I read on the IMDb message boards that you could contact Freak Show and be able to send this back and get a new disc with the commentary track, but it's hard as hell to get in contact with Freak Show. I have their phone numbers and talk to their secretary. They tell me to call this person and here's the extension of this person, and they just give me the runaround. But the original Child's Play collection, this only has Part 2, 3, and Bride of Chucky. Now you can get Part 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky in a nice little set for really cheap. Here we have City of the Living Dead, Italian zombie movie. Taxi Driver, great film. That's special edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with that metal plate. I actually put the metal plate inside here. I think I slid it in there. It's inside the case. The bird with the crystal plumage, or plumage. I watched this movie, but I don't remember it. You know, I need to refresh my memory on this one. Just Before Dawn. This movie's got some pretty cool special features, but to everyone's disappointment, it's missing a few seconds of gore. But if you can get over that, it's still a pretty good transfer of the movie. The Grim Reaper. This movie also has a bunch of cool features on it. It has a mini documentary, I think. A Joe D'Amato documentary, part 2 of it. Look at that artwork, isn't it just amazing? It's really awesome. Guy eating his own guts, which happens at the end of the movie. So you're kind of getting a spoiler there. Another one of Andrei Iskanov's really ultra bizarre movies, Visions of Suffering. I don't know how to describe this movie, except that it's pretty weird. Just take a look at the cover. That explains how weird it is. Lizard in a woman's skin. I have both versions of this. Now, interesting thing, the original special edition of this movie came with a cut print of it, and then it has an uncut print. But the problem, which a bunch of fans were pissed off about, is that the uncut print was not in widescreen, and it was a really crappy VHS transfer. Now, according to Freak Show, they said, well, they could not track down a print, and nor did they think one even existed. All the fans said, yes, there is a print, we've seen it, we want you to get it now. So a big uproar was caused by this. Everybody thinking that Freak Show did not do their homework, they did not even attempt to track down a decent copy of Lizard in a Woman's Skin uncut in widescreen. Freak Show did finally track down the widescreen uncut version of the movie, and here it is. Lizard in a Woman's Skin remastered. Now these both have different special features, so of course I wanted to have both of them. And this one has a cool little slipcase with the lizards. That's pretty cool. Alright, Cannibal Holocaust. Let's see. I have 2 of these special editions. One I had pre-ordered off of Amazon, and like a lot of people's, mine came cracked. The case was cracked, the disc was dislodged, so... Alright, so I bought another one from a retail store, $30. I wanted to keep it sealed for collector's value. You know, I knew this was going to be worth something. Cannibal Holocaust is an amazing film. But the disc came unlodged, so I had to open it to prevent the disc from getting scratched. And now I have 2 opened ones of these. Cannibal Holocaust print, which is supposed to be ultra bit, whatever that's supposed to mean. I think they just tagged it on there. This is said to be the longest, well, at the time I bought it, it was the longest print of Cannibal Holocaust on DVD because it included an execution sequence in the movie and some stock footage when they're in the editing room. On this disc, Grindhouse included it as a special feature, not as part of the movie, because it was not initially part of the original cut. Yeah, this is that Ultra Bit edition, and it has some interviews with Ruggero, however you pronounce his name. 4,000 of these were printed, and I have number 1,377.